Reference to the Dow Jones. The Dow at 20,000 points. This is November 22nd, 2013. The Dow at 20,000 points. All of this connects to a massive breakthrough with regard to the dinar.
I said 20,000. Look not to Wall Street, however, observe. 20,000. I'm hearing 20,000. 20,000. It will reach sooner than most people will think. I didn't know what 20,000 is. All I heard was 20,000. It shall get to 20,000, and some will say, well, it'll take years and years. The Spirit says, no, it won't. It'll be sooner than most people think. It'll be a shock. 20,000. When I was sitting here, God said denari. I couldn't even relate it to Iraq. And how nothing, and then suddenly everything changes. Okay. Hasn't been time, sudden change. So, for those that are investing, I cannot tell you to do this or purchase them, but for those that are holding on, nothing, and then suddenly something.
Okay, guys, here you go. So that was two prophetic words. He prophesied the Dow would reach 20,000 points due to massive breakthrough of the Iraq dinar. That did occur on March 17th of last year. That's the first prophetic word, but now think carefully about this. How does the Dow reaching 20,000 points really even have anything to do with the dinar? Because the Dow actually dropped down to 20,000 points because of COVID. We'll get into that in a second. And then on the second half of that prophetic word, or the second prophetic word, which had three parts, in the beginning he talked about 4 nothings and suddenly, 2 nothings and suddenly, and 3 nothings and suddenly. That is a prophetic time frame that walks you to the rate change date. Okay? Now, the first of the 3, the 4 nothings and suddenly, references quarters of a year. Okay? 2 nothings and suddenly references months, and 3 nothings and suddenly references weeks. Let's break it down. So the first prophetic word, he said the Dow would reach 20,000 points due to massive breakthrough of the Iraq dinar. When did that occur? March 17th of last year. What was that symbolic of? That's the starting point. So again, March 17th, when it happened, was Q1 of last year. So right now we're in Q1 of last year because that's when the Dow reached 20,000 points. So let's look at the next prophetic word, which had the 3 segments to it. It was 4 nothings and suddenly. Again, I told you that represents quarters on a time frame. So starting in Q1 of last year from March 17th, when the Dow reached 20,000 points, nothing in Q1, nothing in the first 4 quarters, or nothing in the 4 quarters of last year. Again, it was 4 nothings and suddenly, which is 5. So suddenly, nothing during the 4th quarters or 4 quarters of last year, suddenly in the 5th quarter, which is the first quarter of this year, okay? So right now, you're in the first quarter of this year, okay? Then the second segment of that was a 2 nothings and suddenly. I told you that's months, okay? Right now we're in Q1 of this year, and it represents months. Nothing in January, nothing in February, suddenly in March. Okay, now we're in March. And then I told you the 3 nothings and suddenly represents weeks. Okay, nothing during the first 3 weeks of March, suddenly in the 4th week of March. Just so you know, go look at a calendar. March 21st starts the 4th week of March. There you go, guys. These 2 prophetic words combined is your RV time frame that walk you to the finish line. God bless you guys, and have a great day.